My thing is, like, weren't y'all together for only, like, between 3 to 5 years, maybe less? I don't know. I feel like that's a little too soon to get that attached to
We my new bitch look like Halle Berry.
Hi, little girls. Hi, little boys. This is Royalty Tea Room, and we're back with another Real Housewives of Atlanta recap. Yay! I'm so sorry I did not drop episode 10 last week. My apologies. I was going through a lot. So I'm going to recap 10 and 11 on this video. I'm going to kind of speed through it because, like, I don't know. I feel like y'all mostly like my other content versus this. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm going to just kind of like go through it real quick. Episode 10 is Kelly scene. It opens up with Kelly scene with her kids, and her daughter has a few little grades to Kelly's perspective. And she wants to buy a home now because they're all cramped in the townhouse. Next scene, Shamea is meeting with Ralph. Girl. And apparently her and Ralph have like worked together on a podcast before, so it's not really awkward, which I could understand Shamea. But then Porsha arrives, and it's like, really, Shamea? Just when I was about to like ya. My thing is, Shamea said that she doesn't like feel wrong about hanging with Ralph at dinner. But if you felt wrong, why do you need to bring a witness, also known as Porsha? So either you feel guilty or you don't. Which one is it, sis? I just felt like it didn't make sense. And then also, when they were sitting down, did Shamea have a bald spot in the back of her head with that little short pixie cut? Like, the camera kept showing, and it was like something like skin almost. And I was like, is that a bald spot? And also, why did Ralph offer them a shot? It's not that type of party. It's not that type of party. So then Porsha reads a text to Ralph, and basically it was about like Dennis and Drew or whatever. And then she makes up like a bogus lie to production. Yeah. Porsha brings up how Drew talked about Pilar to Shamea and Angela and them, and then she questions if Ralph has cheated. Okay, this is my thing. When Drew brought up Pilar, all she said was that her music would pay for her college. Yes, I feel like that was a stretch, but I don't think it was like disrespectful. I just feel like she was just feeling herself, and Shamea was like, her college is already paid for. Like, her parents got it. So yeah, I understand being upset about that. I don't think it's something to keep dragging out, but it is TV, and that's what they do best. So I will shut up now. So then Porsha asks if Ralph has cheated, and I just feel like it's too much because Drew would be so pissed. So pissed. And Drew has not done that. She did not go on camera and like interview with Dennis. She's working like musically. What they're doing is not okay. I didn't like it at all. So then Shamea tells Porsha what her and Angela talked about, like with Angela being upset that Shamea laughed with Porsha about the whole like F her husband stuff. And that's the end of that. Next scene, Angela and her investment property. Angela says she's in debt $2 million. Holy heck, girly. Kelly comes over and she says that she really felt bad about bringing up the alleged baby, which you should be. No, I'm joking. I like Kelly. And in a nutshell, the house is pretty run down.
I was shocked, honey. I was in tears almost. And they had a white refrigerator. I was like, oh, not a white refrigerator. Girl, please put your shoes on. Let's go find you a home, honey. Ooh.
Yeah. Angela brings up how Kelly knows about the love child, which she really doesn't. And she cleared it up how her daughter's father, like, brought a baby home. So it wasn't Charles, it was her daughter's father, right? Sorry. And then she said Charles has cheated, and then they took a break. But it was honesty. Like, he hasn't brought home a baby, according to Angela, And I believe her. Like, why would she lie? Well, I mean, yeah. Angela says that Shamea and her have had talks, like, Shamea and Angela have talked about Porsha together, so that's why she was upset that Shamea didn't stick up for her, because like, you're telling me that Porsha's a bad friend, but you're not sticking up for me, so I get that. Kelly clocked what she said in the confessional about like Angela minding her business, but it's just like that's so hypocritical because you need to mind your business too. Talking about about that baby. Remember what she said the last episode? Like, girl, hypocritical as heck. Next scene is Britt and her husband at her home. Britt says that she thought her and Angela were like moving forward. How could she think that? Delusional. And it makes me tickle that Matt said, why would someone say some ish like that when she told her that Britt was a whore? So it's like, what do you mean, why would she say that? Because she... No comment. Britt says in her confessional that her sister takes advantage of her and that she can't keep her warm at night. I'm so happy I don't have sisters. Next scene, Porsha is playing tennis at her rental property, at Angela's rental property, and Angela says that she wouldn't invite a woman who said those things about her man to her home. And I was like, clock it, because no way. No way. It's a cool scene. Porsha is not athletic at all, but Angela was winning. So now they're sitting and Angela tells us that her daughter is married to a girl. So I was like, nice. That's really nice. Porsha invited Angela to her Pampered by Porsha event where they like wear lingerie and stuff. Porsha tells Angela that she met with Ralph and it's like she's such a homewrecker. Like these type of things don't make you likable Porsha at all. Angela tells Porsha what Drew like actually said about PJ and stuff, which I was like, thank you, because like they kept running with this narrative that Drew's just talking about Pilar. It's like, no, she made a comment about college. What if Pilar doesn't want to go to college? Then you just throw all that stuff out the window, right? Exactly. Angela tells Porsha also that Shamea was talking ish about like Porsha not going to her wedding and stuff, things that Angela wouldn't have known about. And Porsha gets emotional, and I'm just like, where did this come from? But she's been acting a lot on Tubi, so maybe she's just been doing better. Who knows? Next scene, Drew is at her home. Apparently, it's in the court order to not tell the kids about the divorce and that they might need therapy. That was kind of sad. And so then Drew was also talking to her therapist online, and they showed like a backstory and how... she's talking to her therapist online. That was the end of that. So then production shows a backstory and show Angela telling Kelly and Drew about what Shamea and Porsha did about like meeting up with Dennis and stuff. So then Drew was upset because Dennis basically lied on her. And next scene is the Pampered by Porsha event. So can I just say Porsha stuff is beautiful and I should really order. I probably will, honestly, give you guys like a review and stuff. Britt and Kelly are talking in the Sprinter, and there's like a backstory of Britt's sister and Mike like having a dinner, which is like low-key irrelevant. I don't really want to see that stuff. All the ladies look pretty good in the lingerie. Angela ate though. I love that brown on her skin. Ooh. Kelly and Shamea are talking, and she tells her what Drew said about Shamea being Porsha's lapdog. Kelly tells Shamea that Angela said Porsha was crying because Angela had told Kelly about their conversation, and Shamea is just like upset now because it's like, why is she allowing all these girls to talk?
I'll flip you over the couch. Really, I'm the wrong one. Okay? For real. For real.
My thing is like, I mean, can Porsha not cry? Like, does she have to run to you for everything? She can be upset, but if she doesn't like make you feel any different way about it in the friendship, or maybe just decided to forgive you at night without talking to you about it, then like that's not the worst thing. But I don't know, I'm just different. I feel like if it's your real friend, something like that should not affect it, you know what I mean? But hence real friend. Yeah. So now they're doing yoga and Shamea looks really upset, and it's like obvious she's not laying down because Porsha's sister Lauren was like, lay down when you're comfortable, and Shamea's just like, I'm not comfortable. Girl, she's so extra sometimes. Like, I really wanted to like Shamea, but there's something about her that's so extra. It kind of annoys me. Shamea is being an ass low-key, and she's like making things weird. So now they're like all talking in a sister circle, and Shamea and Porsha start going at it. Apparently Porsha had a different reason for not coming to Shamea's wedding, and she lied because she said another reason, and Shamea's just like, no, you told me it was something different. So it's giving lied. And then Shamea gets emotional again because she's extra. And Cynthia finally says something, and she says she hates when the circle breaks a friendship. She would know. She would know. So next time, Porsha is bowling. Drew is talking to her mom, and Shamea and Porsha talk. And that next time is this time, ladies and gentlemen. So the new episode that just came out last night. Sorry, I had to scroll for my notes. I'm so sorry. Everything was late and delayed. I'm gonna rush through it, honestly. So it opens with Charles and Angela at a rooftop lounge, and they're back and forth. It's apparently their love language, and it's still cringe. It never is not gonna be cringe. They talk about how Angela's sister was speaking to her daughter, and I don't think that's cool at all. Like, I don't care how old you are, how grown you are. Don't talk to my kid that way. Period, point blank. That's just me. And then Charles is kind of spitting facts about, like, cutting family off if they're disrespecting you. Simple. And next scene, Cynthia meets up with Shamea. Shamea says her mom sent her a text before the lingerie party, and she starts crying again. I don't know. I'm not really sympathetic because it's just like, I mean, I hate to see any friendship go. Don't get me wrong. Because good friends are hard to come by. It's just every time Shamea cries, she does that face, and it just, I don't know. It makes me like every emotion I could muster up, that face comes on, and I'm just like seeping away. I don't know. Maybe I'm just heartless. Who knows? So then she's kind of like bringing up all the times Porsha hurt her in the past, especially the singing thing, which she brings up a lot. It really bothered her, and how Porsha thought it was true. But my thing is, it's just like, it was a mistake, okay? If that's the first time she does that, maybe she's done that 3 times. But like, is that really your biggest issue, or are you just using that to pretend over their biggest issue? Everyone keeps sharing their opinion, and it's like getting into like Shamea's head, and that's kind of like what Porsha's talking about. Like, these girls are getting in your head. But I'm not team Porsha or Shamea. I'm team neither. Like, both of them kind of off my screen. Cynthia says that she has seen similarity between Shamea and Porsha with her Nene. And Shamea said that Porsha's mom doesn't know how to accept Shamea because of something between the parents. Shamea talks about how their parents were like best friends, but she said, quote, at least my mom was her best friend. And I'm just like, ooh, the shade. And producers ask why they fell apart. She said she didn't want to talk about it, which is fair. Next scene, Kelly is in the kitchen at her job. Britt is trying on clothes. Shamea is in the studio and says it's bittersweet because Porsha isn't there. And I'm just like, why are you always bringing up Porsha? But whatever. Britt is trying on clothes for her friend's wedding. Shamea is in the studio upset about her friendship, and her sister said that she realized the friendship was kind of one-sided for the longest. Interesting. So now Porsha, Cynthia, and Angela are bowling. My thing is, like, why would Angela continue to be around Porsha like that after she said that about her man? Because it couldn't be me. I would, like, never be around her because I don't play that at all. They start bowling after noticing Porsha's big booty. And Angela keeps asking for a bumper. What is that, by the way, in bowling? What's a bumper? But dang, her butt is huge. For real. But I do like Angela's body as well. Like, she is also that girl. Like, she has a good body. Porsha said that Pilar is more sensitive now since she's been, like, working more outside the home because she's, like, a full-time mom again. And Pilar asked how Simon was, and it's pretty sad, honestly. Like, it's sad when men come into these lives of women who have kids and then they leave, and it's like the kid is traumatized. Like, that's sad for anyone. And Porsha said that Simon left them on red. Boo, Simon. That's not cool. And then she also said that they had a real family. But my thing is, like, weren't y'all together for only, like, between 3 to 5 years, maybe less? I don't know. I feel like that's a little too soon to get that attached to I could be wrong. She's a kid also. Porsha said that she might not be the best friend right now since she's going through her divorce.
Your legs to married men. Close your legs to married men. You heard me? Close your legs to married men.
So basically what Shamea is saying about her could be valid. It is most likely going to be valid. Next scene, Drew is in the car talking to her mom. Her mom is so cute, can I just say? She's, like, so adorable. And I can't really believe that she's almost 80. She looks so young and so, like, youthful. Drew left an emergency meeting with her lawyer because Ralph is trying to be the rightful owner of Drew Sidora LLC. And I'm just like, itch, igga. Fill in the blanks, but itch, igga. Never mind. He wants 40% of the company from 2005 and 40% of the company that she has now. So, itch, igga. Drew said that she is surprised because Ralph has money and he works hard. And Drew pays for everything. So her mom said that the family has to help Drew out because Ralph does not contribute anything to the household. Drew said Ralph changed the security access that she had to, and that she had to get to a hotel because she couldn't get in her home until he came back. And Drew said that she wants to move on. And I'm just like, I get it, girlie, I get it. Next scene, Angela is at home and her mom comes over. They're talking and her mom says that she wants to be self-reliant, which is why she's going to move, and her mom wants something else, which she kind of reminds me of like Mama Joyce, low-key, like how she was in the beginning. Angela says that she wants to take care of her mom always, but she needs to talk about the bigger issue, which is her sister talking to her daughter like that. And production kept bleeping the sister's name out and the picture, which was interesting. Her mom apparently stood up to Charles once, and apparently Charles said, quote, your daughter needs to clean up or something. And it's like, really? This is why people feel like they're toxic and they're not a good couple. Like, why would you say that? I mean, but the mom was on go, so I like that. And then she said she walked up on him. But my thing is, you walked up on him, but you wouldn't defend your granddaughter from your other daughter. Noted. Her mom cracks jokes on Charles' age. And then the next scene, Kelly is teaching Chloe how to drive, and she's obviously nervous as heck. Chloe says Kelly has to man up, and I was like, she's been manning up since this divorce. Like, kids really never know what their parents are going through. Kelly invites Chloe to be at the interview when she's hiring people for something. I couldn't really remember. I was kind of tuning out. Next scene, Drew is at home, and her mom is at the house. Drew is talking about the court, draining her and everything. Her mom is like really spiritual, by the way. Drew says she feels Ralph and her are better as co-parents and they were married. Drew's mom told Ralph that she felt it was dumb that he wanted to open the case, especially since like they're in the limelight and famous. Drew's mom feels the kids are out of control because of the divorce, which made me so sad. And Drew starts breaking down and I felt really bad. Next scene, Porsha arrives at the restaurant, and so does Shamea. Shamea's outfit 8, but Porsha's entrance 8. So it was like the battle of Godzilla and King Kong. Porsha seemed more open, and Shamea was kind of like on that diplomatic energy. Shamea asked about Porsha's event, so I'm assuming she didn't invite her. Shamea apologized about not being as open about her feelings during their friendship over the years. Porsha said Shamea already discussed some of the things that, like before she found out. Sorry, y'all. Shamea brought up the music thing again. Porsha sighs, and Shamea was upset when Porsha sighed. Mind you, I feel like Porsha feels uncomfortable. And I'm kind of unclear why she would feel uncomfortable, because you should feel comfortable in your real friend's space, but maybe because she had a guilty conscience, who knows. But I can understand her feeling reluctant. I don't know about uncomfortable, Shamea said the girls have said bad things. And she's always defended Porsha, but my thing is, did you defend her and tell Porsha, or just defend her, And now things are turning. Shamea feels like Porsha is dismissive, and Porsha feels like Shamea is aggressive, and both things are true. Well, I don't feel like Shamea was being aggressive. I just think she wasn't holding back as much as she should, which can come off as aggressive to someone who's used to you acting a certain way. And Porsha, she came off as dismissive, but maybe she was just tired. Like, divorce is draining. She's tired. Shamea brings up that Miss Diane says things about Shamea, and she feels that's why she has pulled away, and Porsha feels like it's all for TV. Porsha said it's scary that they're arguing. I get that, because I'm spiritual, and sometimes, like, things can be scary to me, too. Shamea thinks Porsha doesn't like that she has a peach now, and Porsha is, like, brought to tears now. Shamea feels like she's just trying to have a conversation and express herself, but she can't. Porsha goes to the bathroom to cry, come back, and the food is basically made to go. Shamea says nothing was resolved, but Shamea is pretty expressive, and it takes Porsha off guard. And Porsha just all of a sudden like moves her silverware to like one side of the table. Like, what the heck?
So nasty.
Don't ever bring anybody around me like that.
So nasty.
And that's what happened.
So rude. So nasty and so rude.
Okay. Shamea tells her to not tell her to stop when she's pouring her heart out to her, which is fair. Porsha begins crying again, and it seems like that they fixed it, but in real life they aren't cool. So yeah.
I see you. We good. Okay. We good. I see. We see each other. We see each other.
Porsha says she's never begged to stop an argument or talk or ambush. Interesting. Next time Britt introduced her product, the ladies go golfing. Charles clocks Britt, and Porsha brings Phaedra. I'm excited to see Phaedra, y'all. Y'all don't understand. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Let me know if you like this video, and bye.
My new bitch look like